The best new indie horror games, plus what to look out for from your favorite developers, all in this weekly horror update. Resident Evil Village was a massive success for the Resident Evil franchise, and next year will be coming to VR. The VR launch date will coincide with the PlayStation VR 2 launch, and will serve as a flagship game for the new Sony device. This means players will be able to get up close with Lady Dimitrescu and be more immersed than ever in a Resident Evil game. RE Village VR will release on February 22nd, 2023, and will be a free DLC for everyone who owns Village already. Unfortunately, it is not clear yet if PC will eventually get a VR upgrade as well, but if the RE7 release that coincide with the original PlayStation VR is anything to go by, it likely won't. There is a new Poppy Playtime game, but it isn't Chapter 3. The new game, titled Project Playtime, will play similar to a game like Dead by Daylight, where one player plays as the monster while the rest of the players try to complete an objective. While the trailer does look terrifying, showing off the monsters from the previous game like Huggy, Mommy Longlegs, as well as a brand new monster, the reviews so far are pretty mixed. However, the game is free to play, so you're not actually risking anything if you want to give it a shot. There's been a ton of Silent Hill news recently, and we just got some more. So previous Bloober team has already announced 2 new games, titled Silent Hill Townfall as well as Silent Hill F, the latter of which will take place in 1960s Japan and feature an entirely new story. And of course, the announcement of the Silent Hill 2 remake. Bloober team has now announced a new horror game early in development that's going to be a survival horror game. A direct quote from Bloober's chief executive officer states that our next project is an exciting new survival game which will help us become a leader in the horror industry at large. It's safe to say that they have big plans for this game. Obviously, as it's very early in development, there's no exact release date, but it's expected that it won't be out until at least 2025. While not directly related to Bloober team anymore, a former member, Artur Lukowski, who worked on the original Silent Hill games, has announced that he's working on a brand new horror game in Unreal Engine 5. All we have so far to go off of is a small teaser trailer he released on Twitter, but if that's anything to go by, it's going to be a very dark game. Lukowski says himself that his goal is to cross boundaries no major developer has dared to cross. And that's going to segue us nicely into this week's indie game showcase. First game I'm going to share with you guys is Unshackled. In this game, you wake up in a room dazed and confused after being held there, somehow unbound from your shackles. As you search the abandoned area looking for clues, you notice that someone, or something, is watching you. Next up, right in line with the holiday season, is Santa Christmas Eve by Reflective Surfaces. In this game, you play as Santa, which is something I've never seen in an indie horror game. Usually you're running from Santa. And your goal is to deliver presents, while children, who were enchanted by an evil elf, try to steal presents and hunt you. After that, we have Faith's Face by Krosky Media. This is a short horror game where you try to help a friend get rid of an ancient evil that is living in their house. And honestly, what really attracted me to this game was the cover art, which I found just very creepy. Next, we have Gigglesnell by L.C. Wong. In this game, you search an ancient dungeon while fighting off evil snails. Your main form of attack in this game seems to be ripping off your head and then trapping the snails with blood. The art style in this game was very unique and definitely stands out from other games. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. How about Doll in the Hall? I'm sorry, I had to. Last game I want to mention is Doll in the Hall. In this game, you play as a kid left alone on Christmas Eve, and you have to complete chores, but if you do them wrong, your naughtiness meter goes up, and you'll find yourself being chased by the elf. If you want to see any of these games, be sure to subscribe, because I'll be playing them this Sunday on stream. One last game that I'd like to mention is Crimson Snow. This game was a little long to have in a stream, so I recorded it and it's up on the channel right now for you guys to watch. I have to say, it's honestly one of the best horror games I think I've ever played. It's super well made, extremely scary, and is totally unique from any other Christmas themed horror game. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely be sure to check out more from me. There should be 2 videos on the screen now, so be sure to check out one of those. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.